Hey everybody, it's me Sharp again, and now I was just thinking. Last night I was up for a little bit watching videos on my phone in my living room while everybody else was asleep, and then I remembered the classic, the start when SlendyTubbies 3 was originally released. So I decided to take a little trip down memory lane to almost 2 years ago when SlendyTubbies originally released, and I was in 7th grade then. So this was kind of a while back, and I got an 8th grade just a month or so ago. So this is quite a while, and I'm going to be in 9th grade when the next school year starts. So I decided to take a little trip down memory lane, starting with one of the very first SlendyTubbies videos I saw, and that is the SlendyTubbies 3 All Monsters video. As you can see. So we're going to be starting with this video. This is when SlendyTubbies was young, and you'll just see how young it was. Ah, yes, the Brood Twins. Oh yeah! That's the original model for the Brood Twins. Do you remember? The Brood Twins now have gloves, and I think their fur is a little darker, and also they wear boots. Dang. Part of the map was that. I always forget. I don't remember what part of the map was that. But that was the... And I always wondered, where did Sean come up with the idea of the Brood Twins? What's their origin and stuff like that? We'll find out soon. Ah, here we go, the Cave Tubby. Now, I just want to go ahead and reassure you that most of the characters, in SlendyTubbies 3, were in SlendyTubbies 2D. One being him. I think there's also a breathing sound whenever he gets close. Was that like that in the original? I always like to just put my theories into the videos that the videos that I'm watching, and I just want to get you guys' thoughts on my theories, stuff like that. So there's Cave Tubby, everyone's favorite. Ah, here we go. Now, see, I don't like this Dipsy model. I do not like this Dipsy model. Because the headless Tubby in SlendyTubbies 2 was a lot bigger and it was cooler looking. This one, he's not as cool looking. In fact, it doesn't even look like his head was ripped off. Because if you remember, if you look at the SlendyTubbies model, you can clearly see a separation in there from their heads to their necks. Which is kind of disappointing. And to be honest, I always wondered when are they gonna add a new? I actually figured out earlier, before I left for a trip, that they're updating the game soon. I don't know when, but soon. Oh no, I want to get to this part. Yeah, I do remember him. Shadow. Whoa, I remember that animation? That flappy arm animation where he punches twice? Now it's a kicking animation. They changed it a while back, I can't remember when. And this was confirmed, at least I think, that the Shadow Tubby, to me, that Shadow Tubby was the reason that Lala had a bad dream. I'm pretty sure. But that's just me. It could be a different one. Ah, here we go. Here's the Purple Man himself. And I found out yesterday by a comment on my SlendyTubbies Experiment Part 2 video that Tinky Winky is the fan favorite. Yeah, I never really liked these models. So some of the models are pretty good, though. Tinky Tank was okay. I think I like the announcers. The regular announcer, not the mini-boss announcer. But it's just going back to this video. There's the giant or purple man. I think it was like in SlendyTubbies 2 that he was released. And their design was really cool, and it was actually based off the tank from Left 4 Dead. Never played. That's the weirdest walking animation I've ever seen. My best friend always thought he was like the Hulk. And here's the Yeti Tubby, who was also in SlendyTubbies 2D. I always wanted to see a day map, because if you guys remember in the campaign, it was daylight whenever Guardian went into the mountains. So I kind of wish to see the mountains have a day map. Like, if anyone knows Sean, could you please tell him to do that? Put a day map for the mountains, and have it to be the, what's his name? The droid. I can't remember his name. Part of the mountains is that as well. I always wonder. Ah, here she is. Lala. I kind of wish for like more Lala versions, more versions of Lala. Because she's the only one. Because if y'all remember, Tinky Winky has like 3 different versions of him. One is his regular version, 2017 version. Second one is Tinky Tank. Third one is the classic Tinky Winky. Poe has 3 versions. Or Normal Infected Self, or Slasher Poe, and then Spider Poe. And then Dipsy has 2 different forms. Headless Dipsy, and then for some reason Lake Dipsy. And I always had a theory on why he's like that. The theory is, and this is kind of ridiculous, that his head grew a body. Or a butt, whatever you want to say. And I always wonder why Lala is also shaking. I have no idea, but I want to figure that out too. Here we go. The Ghost Girl. Anime. I always wondered about the Possessed School as well. Like, was this in the show? Possessed School? Someone leave in the comments if any of you have ever watched Teletubbies when you were little. Leave it in the comments if the Ghost Girl was actually in the show, or well, at least the school was in the show. If it was in the show, then there's bound to be the Ghost Girl. Human Tubby, that's not her name. Ah, there we go. Newborns. I think you messed up spelling newborns, or maybe not. I don't know. I was never good at spelling in school. Yeah, I remember the original Secret Lair in the game. Okay, how many more maps are there? I don't know. Ah, here we go. Hub. And I always wonder, like, where do they come up with her model, like her design? It's very creepy. But it reminds me of something I saw of a show on Netflix. There we go. Classic Tinky Winky. Gotta have that classic vibe, people. Now, I have another video, which is of all the new monsters, which are just 4 new monsters that were put into the game a while back. Like, SlendyTubbies are still young, but it was like, good idea. Ah, there's the Lake Dipsy, and I never liked this model because if I go and Dipsy, SlendyTubbies 2 Dipsy design. If I look at his design, like I just want to look at images. No, not this Dipsy. Okay. SlendyTubbies 2 Dipsy design. Yeah, you see, that looks a lot like that looks a lot better than that. But I do like the fact that you can see his brains, but that's not that bad. The animation, I always like the animation. And I always had like a theory, why is he like this in the leg? Like, my theory was, you probably heard it, but you know what I mean. His head grew a body, and his head got deformed or something like that. Or Nunu kind of took his head and made cloned his body, or cloned his head, and made it the way he wanted it. And the announcer. My question was, why didn't they put the other announcer, like the regular announcer that's supposed to be in this map, and not the mini-boss announcer? Because they don't seem to put the mini-bosses in their own maps. But I guess they have to be exclusive or something, because the 3 mobs that were only for Sandbox were exclusive, of course, like I just said. And those 3 were Miles, Ron, a good alive one, and then the dead Ron, as I believe his name is. Now his chainsaw, I don't know where he got the chainsaw. My theory is that I'll explain it later. And here you go, Poe's final mutation. The Poe we all know and love. Another theory I had was that, like, here's a theory about why she died in the campaign, but she's alive in this game. My theory was simple. She can come back to life. Because you can play survival first, and then you can play collection, and there's no like saying you have to play collect before you play survival. Clearly that's what Sean's trying to tell us, is that they come back, otherwise she wouldn't be in the game. Unless Sean was just trying to screw with us. And then Orange Tubby. He's got that la-la look, like he's got the tall, skinny appearance. You can't hear him whenever you're walking around, and I always wondered. Because another thing is that if any of you remember the original SlendyTubbies 2, or at least SlendyTubbies 2, you all know that the Train Maze was much cooler looking. And it was a lot more monster because, reasons, I guess. But I guess this is okay. And this is when SlendyTubbies was young. Yeah, like this was in October. Oh, God. So, anyways, that's my, going down memory lane with SlendyTubbies. Like, man, just going back, imagine if Sean went back, he'd be like, oh God, I've come so far. Just so far. He did come far, Sean. I can't wait for this new update whenever it comes out. Okay? I just can't wait. So, thank you for watching, and I love you all. Bye.